What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about SoundHound. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down what moved it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoundHound went down 2.64%, 953 the low, 1017 the high. So it was largely just piggybacking off the broader market today. The market was digesting a lot of the recent news, as well as what Powell stated yesterday. So a lot of growth stocks did get hit, and that's just because of the likelihood of a cut for the next meeting, which in reality did go up yesterday. As crazy as that sounds, that bubble somewhat burst a little bit. So I think the market was starting to price in 2 cuts, possibly starting in Q3 of this year. So again, not necessarily the best news for growth stocks, but again, it was kind of the writing on the wall, and pretty much is exactly what Powell did state yesterday. But no official news from SoundHound today. There was one document that was submitted after hours, and it was this right here. So this individual did sell 28,000 shares, and it was done for tax purposes. So in my opinion, I think anytime someone sells for tax purposes, they get a free pass. So nothing really to kind of go after them about. Normally though, in the previous kind of, especially during the early stage of 2024, insiders were relentlessly selling, and that I saw as a little bit of a red flag, and I did bring that up quite often. But it's been a long time since we've seen any insiders truly selling. So transaction code S, so that is a straight up sell, not for tax purposes. So hopefully that does continue. It does show a level of commitment coming from a lot of the insiders. So again, I just wanted to bring this up. Still nothing really to worry about in my opinion. The couple other things that did come out was this was posted on social media, so I think that they're doing a lot more better PR. So this is from the GTC 2025, so booth 1842. So yeah, this was good. I did post a demo video of this as well. So I think definitely SoundHound is improving based on a lot of their posts. I wasn't really ever a fan of them just saying, hey, come check us out at this place. It's good that they're going to all these events, but I think a lot of individuals, including myself, I appreciate the actual video context of this. That's just my viewpoint, of course, but the only other thing that did come out was this. So CEO did participate in a interview at Fast Money. So it was relatively fast, or short, I guess, but when it came down to it, they were asked about shorts and actually said that shorts do not bother him. So that's really good to hear, because I think at this stage in the game, shorts have been really a massive thorn in the side of SoundHound, very much just doubling down and just suppressing it. If this level of shorts weren't like ingrained on a day-to-day basis, SoundHound would have easily stuck around that $20 range, probably even as of right now. So shorts have been a very big annoyance, but still good to see the CEO still address it as a concern, but bigger picture doesn't seem to bother them. Shorts though did increase 411,000 shares today. 32.71% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 117.22 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 3.13. And then short score is 71.14%. So yeah, it's still another day that they were being kind of pains. They did increase roughly around 3.2 million shares first thing, as what they typically do, and then they just taper off throughout the day. So this right here did match with this. So most likely at the same time you had shorts returning, and then also some large entities buying this up, really pushing it higher. Why they returned at that moment, I couldn't really pinpoint anything that came out specific to SoundHound during this time period, unless there was maybe like a video or something like that floating around on social media, maybe through the GTC 2025, maybe someone was talking about SoundHound or something in that capacity. So let me know your general thoughts on that in the comments below. But over and above all that though, there is actually one additional thing I do want to share with you. And it's not really news or anything, but I'm sure a lot of people do follow, I think it's 𝗪𝗓𝗧 on social media. very big kind of influencer talking about stocks, finances, and everything. So he goes over his explanation right here on how he's kind of viewing a apartment. So feel free to pause it and kind of read through it. But ultimately, he goes to say that he really didn't want to call to cancel his appointment and didn't want to get bounced around different operators. Within like a 2-minute call, he was able to speak to through AI and cancel everything. So this, I think, is a very good, SoundHound's obviously not behind this, but this does go to show SoundHound and how it can be used just in day-to-day life, and why I think there's so much massive potential for SoundHound in the foreseeable future. So I know a lot of my videos I kind of bring up, hey, what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow, but bigger picture, SoundHound is a beast. And I think this kind of explanation and the story hits home. So again, something to keep in mind. But moving on, looking at options, 3.47 million in calls, 1.71 in puts. 51% of all the options being done today were optimistic in nature. And of the call options, you're seeing a consensus for it to be roughly around that 11 to 1150. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub roughly 950 to 9. But moving on from here though, these are all the transactions that did occur on the secondary market above $100,000. So you had this very nice string of buying that caused this right here, so this nice push higher. Then aside from that, a lot of big transactions being done after hours, so 3.9 million, 7.3, 2.8, 2.9, 2.9. So a lot of big transactions being done. Shows that institutions are paying attention to it. And this week we do have the quadruple witching and rebalancing. So you'll see most likely a lot more volatility tomorrow based on that. These are all the transactions occurring on the dark pool above $100,000. So very popular today. That is often enough linked to shorting and other large entities. With it right now at 359. It closed right below this pivot, so $9.63 is that next strong kind of target slash resistance. So just watch for it to close above that tomorrow. Then flip side, 881, which is a very strong support. That's going to be the next kind of point. So just let me know your general thoughts on that in the comments below. Aside from all that fun stuff though, looking over here on the actual chart, so 981 is going to be that ALMA, so closed a little bit below that, but going into tomorrow, just watch for that. $8.46 being that 200-day moving average, so that's going to be another good element, a good support, which it bounced off of that area kind of mid-March for in that regard. But I think overall SoundHound is ready to move higher. There's just a certain level of uncertainty, and as I've shared with you, SoundHound does truly increase efficiency, as what this kind of story somewhat explains. It just makes things so much easier. And in SoundHound's case, it's very beneficial. For instance, whoever decides to partner with them, whether it be Lucid or another automaker, beneficial for SoundHound itself, and also, let's say, another restaurant or whatever their target is going to be. So I think a lot of bigger and better things are going to be coming down the pipeline for SoundHound. So let me know your general thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely bangers and on point, so definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.